Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen. Today we've got a reading about somebody that is nervous. They know that there are going to be people that don't understand why they're doing what they're doing. It's going to be somebody who's ending a relationship, somebody who is moving across the country or moving out of the country, maybe even taking a completely different path as far as their career, maybe making less money. But this is something that they feel pulled to do. They know they're going to be happier if they make this change, even if there are people around them that don't understand that decision. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a great day. Happy Friday. Hello there, Hamid. How are you? If you are looking for a personal reading, I'd love to help you. My email address is in the description box below. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Peggy. How we doing? Happy New Year to you as well. We'll start with the Tattoo Tarot today. So we had the Lightning and Disruption card with the tree that also says Ancestry on it. And it's number 41 and 42. I always like it when they're in succession like that because it implies to me that we have somebody moving forward. And this feels to me like somebody may be drawn to a part of the world that reminds them of their ancestors or where their ancestors used to live, or they want to do something for work or maybe even a hobby that is tied to people that came before them. Hello, Shanice. Hello. Happy Friday. You guys have fun plans for the weekend? We've got 5 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords in the reverse, with the Knight of Cups in the reverse. I think this is general dissatisfaction with the current state. If I don't like my life, I could change it. If I hate my job, I could look for another one. If I don't like where I live or I don't like my neighbors, I could buy a fence or move. If I don't feel like my best friend really understands, there's this, you know what? I could change this. I don't like this, therefore I might as well do something about it. This may be after kind of trying to deal with it or trying to make it work, taking a little bit more easy way out as opposed to the heavy lifting required to make a change in the situation. But now they've arrived at the point where they realize, okay, I can't really do that. I need to accept that something needs to change. So there's something in their environment that makes this person feel like I have to make a pretty significant change. I have to move, or I have to change my jobs. I have to end this relationship because there is not going to be a way for me to make this work and be happy. And I want to be happy. So the 2 of Cups, by the way, in this deck is more businessy than many of the other 2 of Cups that I have. So this could be about quitting a job just as much as it could be about a breakup. And somebody sees this end or this change as a decision that would benefit them, that would make things easier for them. Hello, Michael. How are you doing? Hello, Rob. And I'm back. What else do we have? 7 of Wands. Page of Swords. Chariot in the reverse. Yeah. I want to defend my right to have a happy existence, or I want to advocate for myself because I know I deserve to get paid better or treated better at my job or treated better in the context of a relationship. If I know what is preventing my forward movement, then I can just deal with it. I don't remember if I told you all, but I think it was Sunday morning. There was a lot of wind, and I think maybe Saturday night there had been some storms. And I tried to leave my neighborhood, and there was a bunch of branches and part of a tree basically blocking the road for me to leave. It's not a very wide road. And I might have fallen off the side of the mountain if I tried to drive around it. So I had to hop out, and I had to move the branches out of the way to the side of the road, off the side of the road, in order for me to leave. And this is somebody who's realizing, okay, I can't just like ignore this. I'm going to have to remove this obstacle in order for me to get where I need to go. Because for a moment I thought there, well, can I make it around? Can I make it around the side? No. And I would probably scratch my car or die. I'm just going to go, even though it's cold, get out and move these branches. So this person initially was tempted to not, and then decided, you know what? I can build something better. It may take a little while, but it's like the same premise as I want to do some home remodeling. I don't like this bathroom. I hate this. So I'm going to take this out and start for it's going to be a little work, but I'll get it to where I want it to be. I once bought a house that had cardboard tile in the basement bathroom. Cardboard tile. I hated it. And it was work and it was a pain in my butt, but I replaced that with like real tile and it was great. This is a remodel project and somebody initially was like, I don't know about that. And then they're like, you know what? It's worth it. I'm going to do this. So good for you. You took on the project. You decided to do it. I'm glad to hear it, Michael. What else do we have? This is the Rider-Waite. King of Pentacles, Sun in the reverse, Page of Wands, Six of Cups. This is another hint to me that we have somebody that may be even considering like moving back home, moving to a place where they have family. They may be leaving the big city, wanting to have more land, wanting to have more privacy, or moving towards somebody that they care deeply for. But this is a realization that whatever my pursuits have been recently, they haven't really made me happy. They've made me feel more distant from the things that do make me happy. If I really take a moment and think about what would help me build a life that maybe my mental health is better, or maybe I feel like I have the options that I want, or I can see the people that are important to me, what would that look like? Wow. What would that look like? A blessing, an opportunity for abundance, an opportunity for happiness, merit increase. Who doesn't want to get paid more? Eight of Swords in the reverse. This is daydreaming. I know that if I make these changes, I can build a better life. I can take down that cardboard tile and I can put in the tile that I really like. I'll personalize this space. It'll be what I want. So this is determination that, yes, I know it's not going to be easy. I know I'll have to go through some disruption, right? This Four of Wands in the reverse is this disruption. When I did a bathroom remodel, I had to go without having access to that bathroom. When, you know, you put in a new front door, you can't use the current one, right? Gotta go in through the garage, whatever it is. This person's realizing it's worth it to have this disruption because that transition will lead to a situation where they are pretty confident that they would be very happy. We have the Three of Cups, Five of Wands in the reverse, Eight of Wands in the reverse. I think we have somebody that wants to move away from a community or move away from an industry, move away from a group of people. It's not that I want to leave because it's too cold, or it's not that I want to move away because it's too expensive. Those might be true. I think this person wants to move away from a few people or doesn't want to be a part of that community anymore. Four of Pentacles, Knight of Cups in the reverse, Ten of Cups in the reverse, which is about leaving home. This person could be saving money or avoiding invitations from friends because they are getting ready to migrate. They're getting ready to go elsewhere. Hello, Voyager. Hello, Debbie. Happy Friday. Hello, Felicia. Happy New Year. How are we doing? This is, I am not happy where I currently am, but I know where I would be happy. So I'm going to set aside some funds. I'm going to make some plans. I'm going to, be less likely to meet people out for dinner because there are more important things that I'm working on. They're not prioritizing the same community that they have been or the same pursuits. For some of you, this is somebody who's changing what they want to do for work and the people that they want to hang around. For others of you, it's one or the other. Yep. I'm ready to leave. This is the ship number 3. I love that. And then we got the key, which is number 33. So the number 3 could be pretty important. This is somebody realizing, if I leave, if I remove myself from the situation, if I quit this job, if I end this relationship, then I can build something that I do want. I can go where I do want to be, where I would be happy. We've got the whip, number 11. And the anchor, which talks about stability. This is clarifying the travel element, the disruption. I know it's going to be uncomfortable. I know it's going to be disruptive. I know it's going to be difficult, but it gets me to a place where I can build this stability. I can have that home that I've dreamt of, or I can have that sense of feeling safe because I'm near someone or because I'm not dealing with the same people that I've been dealing with. If you know my channel, you know what this means. There's always a joke I tell when the whip shows up from the Lenormand. I think most of you like it. Okay. The whip. No, not the whip. The whip. No, please, not the whip. The whip. No, please. Anything but the whip. Anything? The whip. We'll go with the Kipper next. Let's see what else we've got for you. I would be surprised if we did not see the Journey card. But we could also see the family room or the house card, because I do think that's top of mind for this person. How can I get to a place where I feel like I can settle, like I can get comfortable, right? Adjudication, occupation, 30 and 34. And there's that house card, number 20. So I've made the decision. I've worked. I've saved some money. I've put together a plan. Now I'm going to go where I want to go. Now I'm going to go get that plot of land that I want, or I'm going to buy that house that I've always wanted. Distant horizons. I do feel like this person is looking to move, and this one has an anchor on it as well. So they see a place that is not near to them, not where they live now, somewhere far away, as being where they could have stability or where they would want to lay their head every night. Despair in the reverse, message of concern in the reverse. There's somewhere else that's calling my name. If I live there, or if I live with that person, I know that my troubles would be much more manageable. I know that my life would be much happier. That's where I want to be. This is the Tarot of the Nile. What else do we have? Hello, William. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Happy New Year's. Hello, Carrie. How we doing? Nine of Wands in the reverse. And the Chariot. Three of Wands. Travel, travel, travel. I know this is not where I want to be. I want to be over there. So I'm going to protect my sanity. I'm going to protect my happiness, and I'm going to sell what I need to, or, let go of some furniture, send some stuff ahead, get a storage unit, whatever it is. I'm going over there. Eight of Cups in the reverse. Two of Swords in the reverse. Making the decision to go back. I think this is somewhere they have lived before, or at the very least they have visited before and had a really meaningful experience. I used to love watching International House Hunters and seeing how people would adapt so quickly or just thrive in like a foreign environment, like people who spent their entire lives in, I don't know, Michigan and teach in school, and then they can retire and they have a little bit of money and they go and they buy a house in like El Salvador, or, I don't know, Mexico, something like that. And this is how that feels. Like they would have these episodes where people are like, I just came here for like a 3-week vacation or like a 5-day vacation, and I never wanted to leave. I knew I had to come back here. This person feels a tie to a land because they have visited it, or because they're originally from there, possibly because there's a person that they want to be with. But I think it has to do with that land. Like there's something that's drawing me back there, and they don't fully understand why they feel so certain that's where they need to be. But they're communicating with somebody about the fact that they need to make this change. Ten of Swords, Eight of Swords in the reverse. Wow, 3 tens. So the Ten of Swords is in the upright, and the Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Wands are both in the reverse. This feels to me like somebody is looking at this change in their life as it's time for that to be done. It's time for that to be over. And it's time for me to give life back to that. Time for me to put time and energy into that. They may feel like this is an expensive move. They may feel like they are taking lesser pay, but they're going to have a job that they like more. They may feel like it's a lot of work to pick themselves up from where they are and move where they want to be. Hello, Holly Yoga. How are you doing? But they feel that it's worth it. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Queen of Wands. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. It could be that for many of you, this person is moving to a more like affordable area, moving in order to be able to live with somebody else so things are more affordable. Or they just feel like what they have been currently doing in terms of where they live or who they spend their time with, that it is not a good return on investment. I'm spending too much here, or, I'm spinning my wheels. I feel like I'm stuck here. There could be a concern that things would get more difficult for them to maintain financially where they are. This is the Black Tarot. What else do we have, please? World in the reverse. Five of Cups. Page of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, I think there were some challenges in terms of figuring out, I can't actually trust this person, or I can't rely on this job. I can't feel secure here. I need to get to a place where I can actually build what I need to, or I can have that sense of privacy, whatever this is. They realize they're unsettled because they don't think they can settle where they are. For some of you, they have a strong pull to go back to where they used to live. For others of you, this is, I need to get away from some of the people that I've known for too long. We keep seeing this Queen of Wands energy, and I would say this is about manifestation. I know that I was maybe chasing the wrong dreams, or maybe I was avoiding people, but I'm ready to put my energy to greater use. I'm ready to be more discerning with what it is that I'm trying to create or draw into my life. They may have realized not everything that glitters is gold, or that a pursuit that they thought was a good use of their time really isn't. That's not what I want to do with my time. I've met a lot of people who love to cook, for example, or love to play music, and then they try to do that for work and it just does not work. We have somebody that's saying, this isn't working. This is not what I wanted. I need to make a change now so that I avoid being unhappier, because I'm already a little bit discontent, right? I don't want it to get worse. So Three of Wands is taking action, and the Tower is a significant change. I know some people are going to be like, whoa, why are you doing this? But I'm doing this because I want to make sure that I'm happy, you know? How's your day going, Corey? Nine of Cups. Four of Spheres, or Four of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Nine of Swords in the reverse. I think after months or years of being a little too concerned with what everybody else had to say about their choices and about their life, they finally decided to say, F it. You don't like it? I don't care. My life doesn't need to be approved by you. Doesn't need to be, like validated by any of you. This is somebody deciding, I make my own decisions. You don't like them? Here's the complaint box, which I check precisely once a decade. Chariot in the reverse. Some of these individuals who are judging you on your decision are judging you because they themselves do not have the courage or the power to change what is not making them happy about their lives. So they're, throwing shade on you because you are highlighting for them what they should be doing. This is going to be important for you to keep in mind. So I'm going to say it again. Some people will be dissatisfied or judgmental of the decisions you're making or the changes that you're making because you have the courage to do something that they do not have. So keep that in mind, because there's going to be somebody who judges you and you're going to see through it. You're going to be like, oh, is this because you're not doing something? Now, maybe you don't need to really say that. Some people are just too stubborn or not willing to make the changes, and being a little bit like, doesn't really motivate a lot of people. But seeing how your life changes could impact some of these people who told you it was a bad idea. They may say, oh, maybe you actually were right about that. Maybe I should consider making that change. So we have the Hierophant and the Two of Swords. You approach a crossroads before other people in your life approach the same crossroads. When you make the right decision for yourself, there's somebody else here, or other people, more than one, that are like, can I do that? Could I change my life too? Could I up and leave and go be somewhere where I would be happier? Could I change my career? This is the Romance Angel Oracle. We could see separation because I think for some of you, this is about ending a relationship, right? But we could also see new love. For some of you, this major change could be what ushers in a new chapter of love for you. Retreat. It is time to disconnect from the world. This is somebody who's like, I'm good, I'm out. That's why I feel like somebody could be moving from city to like rural, or like, I don't know, maybe even just like renting a cabin. We have honeymoon and separation. So yes, you retreat and you have a separation. Some of you, this is a literal breakup. Others of you, this is you separating yourself from a community. But it puts you where you need to be in order to meet the person that you will go on a honeymoon with. All right, this is the Golden Art Nouveau. What else do we have? Knight of Swords in the reverse. Tower in the reverse. So there are forces trying to prevent you from making this change, whoever you are. This could be your person trying to change, right? But there are forces trying to prevent this. This could be family. This could be friends. This could be people you work with. This could be a landlord. But they're trying to make this difficult for you. And your call to action or your advice here is don't you let them stop you. Don't you let them make you an emperor in the reverse, somebody who cannot be like the captain of their own ship, right? Or manage their own stuff. This is don't let other people make your decisions for you or prevent you from feeling empowered to do so. Seven of Wands in the reverse. You may have to go a little bit on the offense here with somebody who feels like they can make decisions for you. They want to keep you in the Magician in the reverse energy. They want you to feel like if you put in this effort, it would be for nothing. So I'm not saying you have to call somebody a liar to their face. I'm not saying that you have to completely cut this person off and never talk to them again. But I'm telling you this right now. Do not let somebody else define who you are and what you're capable of when you are perfectly capable of defining that for yourself. This is somebody who wants to make you feel like you cannot do something that you can do. Don't let them do that. Maybe you just gotta like stand in front of a mirror and say, would you like 2 tickets to the gun show? Do something. Get that confidence up. Ace of Swords. I think you're going to tell the truth to this person. I think you're going to be like, I'd really appreciate it if you could stop telling me what I'm not capable of doing. Because in reality, you are only able to tell yourself what you are not capable of. Do you know how many people have told me I couldn't do something? And then I went and did it? You wouldn't believe me if I did tell you. I have told you all about the time that somebody told me that I wasn't going to be able to climb 33 flights of stairs and then go all the way back down. Originally, the goal was running as much as you could. I did a little bit, but then I was like, this is going to be really bad if I run the whole way. Did I enjoy the process? No. But I had to prove to somebody that I could do it because they told me that I couldn't. This person just might push you into being more like focused on it. Like, oh, you think I can't do it? Watch me. You want me to make you some popcorn first, baby? Yeah. You're going to tell this person, you think I can't do it? You're not going to stop me. You're not going to make me believe that. It's going to give me extra pleasure when I look you in your face while I'm doing the thing that you told me I couldn't do. Hey, look, Ma, I graduated. Hey, look, brother, got that job you said I couldn't get. I'm not afraid anymore, and I'm not going to let your words inspire me to be afraid. I'm not going to let them affect me anymore. This person wants to keep you in fear. So they're going to lie to you about what you're capable of achieving. I mean, isn't that always the truth? Hello, William. How are you doing? Right back at ya. What else do we have? Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Five of Pentacles. The reason this person feels like you can't be successful or you can't make this change in your life is because they have never been able to cobble together the courage to do this for themselves. Maybe it's impossible for them, but they don't know what's possible for you because you're actually willing to put in the Eight of Pentacles. You're actually willing to do the work. They're in the Five of Cups because they backed out, because they told themselves they couldn't do it. So don't let them like ruin this for you. You keep your opinions to yourself. Carmen told me I could do it. All right, this is the situations deck. Let's see what these cards have to contribute. Good for you, Debbie. I hope that goes really well. Who doesn't want 2 revenue streams? We've got access granted, social media, fake profile, or hiding. Legal, paperwork, and filed. So this person who has wanted to keep you in the Magician in the reverse energy, this person who wants to make you feel like you can't make a change, may not realize that you have already started the process or that you've already got part of the way through. You're telling me I can't do something that I've already started. Like, okay. It makes it clear for you that this is somebody who doesn't speak truth. They are trying to manipulate the situation instead. And it makes you realize maybe, just maybe, I need to listen to you less or talk to you less. They're trying to get you to view love in general or a specific love interest as forbidden or not for you. They want you in that Magician in the reverse or that devil energy where you're afraid. This card has been following me around all week, you guys. So we got the Twin Flame card. We could have the obstacles because somebody really does have to demonstrate that they've changed in order to be with this person, right? The Twin Flame journey is about you learning about yourself and growing. And it does feel like we've got a divine masculine who's going through an ego death or spiritual awakening, shaking off whatever this, connection is that has made them feel like they were not good enough or not strong enough. This has been what has prevented them from making an offer. All right. We'll get a few from the Fairy Godmother Oracle. Oh, Lord. We've got healing. Good for you. And vulnerability. It is because you appreciate the true balance of vulnerability and strength that you have mastered courage, or that you have made progress. Let's put it that way. I know that some people won't like what I'm doing. I know that some things won't go my way, but I'm not going to let the fear of the way things could go poorly limit me from going after what would make me happy. I'm going to do this. I think this is also somebody realizing I'm lovable. I deserve to be treated well, even if this person is trying to get in the way of that or make me question it. Guilt. There is a need for somebody to dispense with the feeling like they have to do what somebody else says, or that they need to take someone else's example and live their life that way. This is, I think, not just about letting go of fear and being more courageous, but realizing that you don't have to feel bad for living your own life. That's totally allowed, actually. This is the Earth and Bone Oracle. Hello, Frederick. How you doing? We've got number 41, the nest, charity, generosity, sharing, and support, and heart. So we have the divine masculine realizing this charitable, supportive, generous, or loving energy came from probably this twin flame love interest, and it has put them into a spiritual awakening that is more specifically an emotional awakening. We've got creativity, intuition, follow your heart, but the first word or phrase is emotional awakening. So they are more in touch with what they feel, what they want, and what would make them happy. And I don't think that this interferer or this meddler is going to get them to slow down or get distracted from that goal. So let's see if there's any advice from the Zodiac fortune telling cards. A great future for you. Don't be disappointed. Remain optimistic. You are going on a long, safe journey. I'm telling you, someone's traveling. You will receive a gift from one who is dear to you. You are a great leader. Success in business enterprises through hard work. Persist and you will be more successful. So don't give up. This person's telling you can't do it, but you absolutely can. They're telling you to take your foot off the gas right at the moment that you need to be probably using more. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Admiring Penguin. How we doing? I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, everyone, for the likes and the subscribes. I sure appreciate you. I'll be back again later. I hope to see you on the next reading. Toodles.